Week 4 of the SFL continues here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as the Charleston Predators search for their first win of the season against the Florida Storm. Welcome to the Saturday Night Showdown, everybody, as I am your play-by-play commentator, Mike O'Neill. Alongside me in the booth is SFL analyst DJ Kilgannon, Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine producing back at SFL HQ. DJ, great to be alongside you. Tell us a little bit about what we're looking for tonight and what we're in store for.
Yeah, Mike, pleasure is all mine. An honor to be here with you tonight. And really, I think this game is just going to come down to whether Charleston is going to get that high-powered offense into gear tonight, especially against a high-powered Florida defense on the other side. I think that's really going to be the catalyst of this game to come.
Absolutely. And so you see the coin toss here. And, man, this crowd is roaring up, ready to go. And it looks like, I believe, Florida's going to receive here. They want the ball first. And as you can see, the uniforms, you know, red on red. It's feeling a little feisty tonight here out on the field. But as we get ready to kick things off here, we welcome you guys and appreciate you guys joining us. And let's get things underway. Back to return. Florida's going to take it up, and that's going to be out to the 33-yard line. That is number 18, Caleb Giffis, on the return.
Yeah, Florida, they have a ton of weapons on the special teams game. Giffis right there, and you see who other than Art Vandelay leading the way with the blocking. Both of those guys in the special teams game are huge in any given week.
Absolutely. Let's get to this offense here. It's 1st and 10. Ron Cochran comes out under center, and he's got two wide receivers to his left and one back in the backfield. And he's going to hand it off up the middle. That's going to be Boletsky breaking a tackle and getting only 3 yards, but sure is a good way to start, DJ.
Yeah, they call him Bullet for a reason, Mike. Going through the line, hitting the backer just as hard as he hits him. Able to bounce off the block, like you said. Already, first play, and it is a tough start.
All right, 2nd and 7 here. Cochran looks to throw. He's going to throw it over the top, and that's going to be really well defended by the Charleston defender. That is number 26 here. I believe that's Brandon Ewing with the play.
Yeah, Brandon Ewing going to be his second pass breakup on the season. He's been pretty good for them all season long, especially when it comes to helping in the pass game stop those big plays like we just saw there.
3rd and 7 here, and Ron Cochran out of the bunch. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to fire downfield, and he's going to find his receiver, Stephen Bush, on the post route across the middle. Big first down for Florida.
Yeah, Matt Ryan there. Ron Cochran rolling out to the right. Plenty of time. The halfback picking up the block, and Matt Ryan, great coverage. Just a perfectly placed ball from Ron Cochran. And what do you expect from a former Hall of Famer?
Former Hall of Famer. As we get ready to introduce the rest of this offense here after this play, 1st and 10. Cochran's got two wide receivers to his right. Lone back in the backfield. He's going to hand it off again. And that is going to be Art Vandelay getting all the way. It's going to be 9 yards on the pickup, setting up a 2nd and 1, DJ.
Yeah, Vandelay, he is lethal in the run game just as much as he is in the receiving game. And right there, clearly on full display.
Yeah, absolutely. 2nd and 1 here. Joker's look for Florida. He's got one wide receiver to the right. Heavy line. He's going to hand it off, and that's going to be, I believe that is Boletsky. No, it's actually going to be number 28, Chris Komisak, the fullback, who's surprisingly got a lot of handoffs and a lot of carries this season, DJ.
Yeah, he's just behind Bullet in attempts, just a few attempts behind him, and is actually outproducing Bullet so far this season.
Toss out to the left for Cochran, and that's going to be Art Vandelay again picking up 4 yards. Let's introduce this offense here. Ron Cochran under center, Bullet Boletsky, halfback, Chris Komisak, fullback. The wide receivers are Art Vandelay, Stephen Bush, Caleb Giffis, and tight ends Rodney Smith and Ron Haynes. So we get to this 2nd and 6 play here. No wide receivers out. We've got a wing out on the left side for Cochran, and he's going to hand it off up the middle and that's going to be Komisak again. That's going to be a fumble. Charleston recovers. What a big play for the defense here in Charleston. Just like that, getting the ball.
Wow. Looked like, Matt Ryan coming in to force the fumble. Another big play for Matt Ryan. He has been sensational all season long, shutting down the Florida drive just as it was starting to get close and building momentum. Just such a showstopper there.
So here comes Iman Kopech, number 5 QB under center for Charleston as he gets ready to snap the ball. 3 wide receivers. Is going to fire across the middle, and that's going to be broken up. Looked like he was trying to get it to number 88, the tight end Xavier Solomon, who's had a really good season so far, DJ, but just couldn't get it there.
Yeah, that he has, Mike. Second leading on the team as far as receptions goes with 15. Weapon X has been lethal all season long, just behind Doug Britton as far as yards receiving goes.
Twins look here for Charleston. They got 2 receivers to the right as Kopech looks to snap the ball. He's going to drop back, fire down across the middle. That's going to be Xavier Solomon, who breaks a tackle, gets down to the sideline, and that's going to be all the way down to about the 38-yard line. Xavier Solomon, how about that for the tight end in Charleston?
Talk about a momentum shift. Going back to the tight end, able to catch it on the nice coverage, break the tackle, finding some open field, finally getting brought down after a huge gain. Flipping the field is Charleston. What a great start. There is blood in the water.
They call him Weapon X for a reason, and 1st and 10 here. Kopech's going to roll out to his left, fire across the side, get it out to a receiver there, and that's going to be number 11, Doug Spelling on that reception, and 5 yards. And I got to tell you, DJ, Kopech looks great slinging the rock right now early on. This is a great look for Charleston.
Yeah, they have looked pretty well all season, and now with these few plays and Thumper getting hurt previously, he's now 1st in passing attempts and 1st in completions. And so far, he's bolstering that stat showing so far.
Kopech going to hand it up the middle, and it's going to be stopped in the backfield. That is going to be number 58 on the tackle. Juan Mississippi coming in, who's playing lights out right now. We talked about that in pregame, DJ, and man, great stop there for Florida. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Mississippi is really having just an all-star caliber season up to this point. 23 tackles on the season and 2 sacks.
Kopech's going to drop back. He's looking for somebody. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Florida hits home. That is number 52, Deontay Stoneville, coming off the edge with a sack, and that is not what you want after a turnover, DJ. Break it down.
Yeah, it is not. I mean, Kopech had a lot of time in the pocket. At some point, you got to just try and get the ball away. And if you don't, eventually, someone on this Storm defensive front is going to find their way into your backfield. We just saw there, Mr. Stoneville finally getting to Kopech and bringing him down for the sack.
The punt's going to go out of bounds, and just like that, Florida's back out on the field. And I got to say, I mean, look, if you're an offensive coordinator, you are wiping the sweat off of your head right now if you're Florida, because you got the turnover happened, and, you know, you thought you were going to maybe give up some points, but then your defense comes up big, and now your offense is back out on the field. Cochran going to drop back here, look downfield, and he's got a man. That's Art Vandelay taking it down. Is anybody going to catch him? He's at the 30, at the 20, at the 15, the 10, and finally gets chased down by the Charleston secondary. What an explosive play for this Florida offense.
Big play, Art Vandelay. What else is there to say? Just a sensational play. Oh, we're able to split away in coverage, put the defender on ice, and slip away. Surprised anyone was able to catch him down. For some reason, kind of angling to the sideline there when he had so much green grass in front of him, but finally was dragged down after a huge gain, and the momentum has surely gone back in the favor of Florida with that 64-yard reception.
1st and 10, flip tight triple here for Florida. He's going to hand it off the middle, and that's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Bullet Boletsky finds his way into the end zone, and this Florida crowd is cheering loud right now, DJ.
Well, I mean, and I don't blame them, Mike. Not at all. A sensational drive. Your defense able to hold steady and make sure that Charleston is not able to capitalize on the turnover. And you just score that quickly with that amount of ease, showing strengths in your passing and running game on that drive to perfection is this Florida squad right now.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, I mean, this Florida team has not lacked in success, in terms of success over the past few seasons, right? They were in the championship, actually won the championship 2 seasons in a row, in season 21 and 22. And just like that, I mean, you see the big play ability of this Florida Storm. And now Charleston, right, they've got to answer the bell, because now they're getting the ball back and their offense has got to get back into it, try and get Kopech back into a rhythm and, you know, hope to carry things on.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. If there is one thing you need to do against the Florida Storm, it is not let that storm get brewing for long. You have to put a stop to it and stay with them when it comes to scoring and not let them get that scoring in bunches.
So we get set here, 1st and 10, Kopech under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his left at Twins look. I formation behind him. And Kopech's going to hand it off. And that is going to be taken for about a gain of 3. That's Nick Hoagland on the carry here. And let's introduce this this Charleston offense here. As Iman Kopech is the quarterback. Ian Francis and Nick Hoagland are the halfbacks. Brad Taylor Wright is the fullback. Wide receivers are Doug Spelling, Nick Twice, Michael Knight, Doug Britton. And the tight ends are Leon Sandcastle and Xavier Solomon. Kopech's going to drop back here and go across the middle. That's again going to be Xavier Solomon. And just like that, I mean, we're seeing them move him all around the field here, DJ.
Yeah, they're really doing such a good job passing the ball, and they've done well of it all season. But against such a strong defensive unit as Florida is, they're looking really good right now.
Yeah, Charleston certainly finding some tempo here on offense, and Kopech's going to go back under center, and he's got 2 wide receivers to his right. And that's going to be number 11 coming across in motion. That is Doug Spelling, moving from the right to the left. Kopech's going to snap. He's going to drop back, stand in the pocket, roll out a little bit, fire it out to the sideline, finding number 88, Xavier Solomon, again out at the sidelines. And just like, we've got an injury. Evan Carroll, number 29 for Florida, is down.
That is a huge loss if you are Florida, one of your top defensive guys going down early. Evan Carroll has been sensational for this team for his entire tenure there. You just hate to see him go down so early, and clearly matched up with Solomon, it looked like, at least on that play.
Never want to see these injuries. It's terrible. 2nd and 7, Kopech under center. He's going to drop back, stand in the pocket, fire down, and he's got a man. That is Doug Spelling with the reception. Big play there for Charleston. That's going to be a big first down.
Just great concentration there from Kopech. He sees that zone on the left side, waits for Spelling to split between the 2 zones, and finds him at the perfect moment. Gets it right over Juan, Mississippi's head. That's just a great pitch and catch there.
Yeah, we've been seeing that all season out of Kopech. And Kopech under center here again, 1st and 10. So he's going to drop back, stand in the pocket. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to try and take it, but he's going to get sacked in the backfield. Loss of a yard, and that is a big stop. Number 93 gets in there for Florida, and that is Pete Mitchell, defensive tackle, getting double teamed.
Wow, what a display of strength and athleticism. Double blocked, as you said, Mike. Just able to slip away from the block as he catches Kopech trying to run, getting his first sack on the season. Nice job there from Pete Mitchell.
Kopech's going to drop back, 2nd and 11, fire downfield, and he's got Doug Spelling. High points the ball, and Charleston Predators moving the chains again.
Man, way to get up in the air. Doug Spelling leaps off the ground, able to catch that one in front of the defender. Just a nice athletic play, able to hold on to the ball right as he gets hit. And Kopech and this Charleston front are looking lethal right now against this tough defense.
1st and 10, 2 wide receivers out. Kopech's got 2 tight ends on the line. He's going to drop back. He's going to stand in the pocket, look to fire downfield, and he's got a man going into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Guess who? Number 88, Xavier Solomon, the Charleston Predators just put up 6.
Weapon X gets to the end zone. Just a great throw and a great catch by Xavier Solomon. That was tremendous coverage by the Florida linebacker, dropping to the ball as soon as it got there. He knew what he needed to do, and just with such a big target, getting the ball, not able to do anything at all. Touchdown for the Predators.
Man, just like that, you talk about the big playability, right? We say Florida comes out here, has the big play from Art Vandelay, who, you called big play Vandelay in the pregame, right? And then Charleston answers back and comes down the field. I mean, Xavier Solomon looking like a stud right now for the Charleston Predators. And they move the ball effortlessly down the field. There were a lot of questions around Iman Kopech and this quarterback under center, right? And suddenly, Charleston moving the football through the air against a really good Florida defense.
Yeah, and with flag on the play, looks like. That clipping, I believe.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming back.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Mike, just a lot of questions around him this season. And with an 0-3 start, maybe some of those questions were looks like the answer had unfolded. But this game, I don't know about you, Mike. That's just brutal. Goodness.
That was blatant.
I don't know about you, Mike. I'm seeing a completely different pod of Predators right now.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. Ron Cochran goes under center, looking to answer back the answer. He's got an I formation behind him. He's got one wide receiver out to the right. Cochran's going to drop back, fire downfield. It's overthrown, trying to get it to his receiver, to his tight end, Ron Haynes, but just couldn't connect there.
Yeah, just not able to. That's a nice job of Cochran, able to keep composure in the pocket, and who else is going to do it? He's been in the league for so long and has just done great things. They brought 6 men blitzing there on Cochran, threw it up in one-on-one coverage, just not able to haul it in.
2nd and 10, Cochran's I formation behind him. He's got 3 wide receivers. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Art Vandelay again, but he's only going to be able to pick up 2, and that sets up a 3rd and 8 here, DJ.
Wow, and it's so impressive to see this Charleston squad shutting down such a stellar offense so far this drive. I mean, giving them 3rd and 8, and this is a big play Florida Stored team. They are the team that's going to get this 3rd and 8 if it comes down to it.
Bunch set for Cochran. Cochran's going to drop back, fire downfield, and he cannot get it. There was about 3 Predators all around, couldn't get it to his receiver, and that's going to be a 4th and 8 situation here. Florida's going to have to punt.
Yeah, just nothing really going there from this passing attack. And Charleston, so far, they're doing a really good job of stacking up the box to help support that run, but also make sure they have the guys in the right positions to be able to get out and help on coverage. We saw it earlier with that pass to Ron Haynes. They loaded up the box 7 deep and just wasn't able to catch it regardless.
A great punt return here for Charleston, setting up immaculate field position here as they're going to start the ball at Florida's 42.
Yeah, that's just a great return right there from Doug Britton. He's had all their punt returns so far and just proving why, getting past midfield, giving this Charleston squad plenty of field position.
Yeah, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous here. They've already shown that they can move it through the air, right? And now you're giving them field position on your side of the ball. Florida's got to watch out here. 1st and 10. As Kopech is under center, he's got an I formation behind him. He's got a wing out to the right side. There's going to be a tight end in motion. That's Xavier Solomon. Big play receiver so far today, moving from the right to the left. Kopech's going to snap the ball. He's going to drop back. Quick fire across the middle. He's got his receiver, and I believe that was Solomon. Yeah, he's going to catch Solomon. It's only going to be for a gain of 2 yards, though.
Yeah, it was. You called it right there, Mike. And I had the pleasure of talking to Art Vandelay, defensive coordinator for Florida, going into this game. He said he really wanted to hold Charleston into plenty of 3rd and longs and pressure the young Kopech while they could, and so far not going too well for him.
Kopech's going to hand the ball off here up the middle, and that's going to be about a gain of 3 here for Nick Hoagland.
Yeah, just Florida doing a really good job there. Charleston clearly has been a pass-heavy club so far tonight. If they can sprinkle in a few runs, it might look better on their resume, but Florida clearly reading that one out and snuffing it early.
Kopech's going to drop back. He's going to fire downfield, and that's going to be broken up. Tried to get it to Doug Spelling, and that was number 34 on the pass breakup. And I believe I didn't get a chance to see who that was. It was number 34, but...
Yep, Daniel Wright for Florida.
Daniel Wright.
Yeah, he is actually right now first in pass deflections. With that'll be his 6th on the season, leading the league in that regard. And he's just playing at a truly all-star level right now. He has been phenomenal for this Florida Storm defense.
Yeah, Daniel Wright's been doing it for quite a while, and you can see why. I mean, obviously, it was great pass breakup, setting up a punt. I mean, the last thing you want to do is give up another touchdown to Charleston, but Florida, just like that's got the ball back, and off here on 1st and 10. Cochran under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right, and he's got 1 back in the backfield. He's going to drop back and nearly avoiding some pressure. He finds Ron Haynes down the field. That's going to be a big pickup for the tight end. And DJ, just like that, we're seeing the tight ends out of the gate.
Yeah, it is a lot of throws to the tight end. Mike Daggs somewhere is happy as a bear in a pot of honey, just living his best life seeing this game. And Ron Haynes getting his back, making the catch in tight coverage. Wasn't able to hold on to the one earlier, but gets his back for a huge gain for the Florida offense.
Cochran's got an I formation behind him. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left and 1 wide receiver to his right. He's going to hand it off to the right side. That's Vandelay again, picking up only a yard. It's a good stop by the Charleston defense.
Yeah, these guys have been pretty stout when it comes to the run so far. Matt Ryan has been huge when it comes to the run game, not only this season, or this game, excuse me, but all season long. Had a 20 tackle game at one point this season. Just phenomenal in the run defense.
Cochran going to drop back, fire down the field. He's got Ron Haynes again on a corner route. Ron Haynes 2 for 2 on this drive, and that's another first down for the Florida Storm.
Yeah, back to Ron Haynes on a very similar route as before. I mean, just doing a great job of reading that defense. Matt Ryan dropping deep in the zone defense, just able to find the tight end just shallow of his zone.
That is going to do it for our first quarter here in Fort Lauderdale. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Daggs DroneWorks. Aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at DaggsDroneWorks.com. You see the beautiful shot of Fort Lauderdale there.
Gorgeous.
We welcome you back as the second quarter gets underway here, and there you see it. You got the team stats right there, and how about those passing yards right out of the gate? 1st and 10 here. It's Cochran's under center. He's going to hand it off across up the middle, and that's Bullet Biletsky getting a gain of 8, and that's something you got to think, DJ, they want to get a little bit more involved.
Yeah, for sure. I'd imagine so. If you're Florida, you want to rely on this run game. You have 2 very stellar backs, being Bullet Biletsky and Chris Komisak. You want to use them as much as you can. Just got to find the right opportunities to do so against this Charleston front.
2nd and 2, heavy set here, and he's going to hand it off to the left, and I believe that's going to be Komisak that picks up the first down, and just like that, 2 for 2 run plays. After the big Ron Haynes play, they decide to mix it up a little bit, throw a little bit of runs in there, and just like that, another fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10, we get ready here. Cochran's under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left and 1 halfback in the back. He's going to pitch it out to the left side. That's Art Vandelay with some big space out to the sideline with about a gain of 15 or so, and 1st and goal.
And look, you've got 2 great backs in the backfield, but you have a 3rd in Art Vandelay. We know the big play potential from that guy, and in the backfield, he's just as good as any back in the league, clearly displaying right there. And thankfully for the Charleston defense, Matt Ryan able to haul him down and make the tackle in the red zone. If it wasn't for him, it would have been nothing but green.
1st and goal here as Cochran's going to drop back. He's going to fire in. Great pass breakup from the Charleston defender. That was a great play on the ball from the defender, and Cochran couldn't get it to Ron Haynes.
Yeah, Brandon Ewing had a pass breakup earlier in the game, very early on, one of the first drives we had. Getting another one there, looking like Air Jordan getting up, one-handing that one to the ground.
Second and goal here as Cochran's got he's got a split back look behind him. He's got 3 wide receivers spread out. He's going to hand it off up the middle, a little trap play to Bullet Boletsky's going to find his way into the end zone, and that is a touchdown, Florida Storm.
That is the exact play call you want to see from Florida in that situation. Charleston didn't have a very heavy box there with the split look. You give it to Bullet with Comisac leading the way up the hole. That is a textbook run play from the Florida Storm.
Yeah, it's amazing to see what these offenses are doing here, DJ. You got a lot of mixing things up, right? Obviously, Charleston comes out, airs the ball out. They're doing really good passing through the air. Florida, on the other hand, showing a little bit of both, right? You get the explosive play ability out of the backfield from Art Vandelay. Bullet Boletsky's had a big run. Comisac's broken one off, and you've got a couple big catches from Ron Haynes. I mean, there is offense all over the board here today, DJ.
Yeah, there absolutely is. Florida, in those first 2 drives especially, they were doing a really good job of splitting the load as far as runs and passes go. Oh, goodness. God, just physicality.
Britton taking a hit. Yeah, the physicality of Britton. Man, I'll tell you what, DJ, he's been doing this for so long in the SFL. Doug Britton is one of the best returners in the SFL. And, I mean, you see the physicality right there, like you said. Honestly, if that tackle wasn't made, he was probably going for 6.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. Just tough physical running, bouncing around the defenders. Just takes a whole team to tackle him. It really does.
Quads look here for Kopech as he's under center. You're going to have a man in motion going from the left to the right. That's going to be Doug Spelling. Setting up a trips formation on the right, and Kopech's going to drop back, stand in the pocket. He's got a little bit of time, and he fires downfield over a defender and gets it to the receiver. That is number 12 on that, and I believe that is Nick Twice, the wide receiver. And you can see Coach Jacob Clear happy about that one.
That was Nick Twice. Just a great route, finding plenty of room over the middle besides that man in the middle. But Kopech, he doesn't need that room in the middle. Just an absolute laser right past the defender, giving Nick Twice by far his longest reception on the year, his former being 18, to get this pod of Predators past the 50.
1st and 10, Kopech's going to drop back. He's going to just dump it out to the flat to his halfback. That's Hoagland here picking up 3, and not a bad start. Obviously they talk about getting a couple of yards at a time and trying to stay ahead of the chains.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like that play call. It's just not trying to do too much, trying to stay ahead of the chains with little chunk plays, and I loved that one. Leon Sandcastle, I believe it was, out ahead blocking on the flat.
2nd and 7. Kopech's going to fire out to the left side, and wow, a truck stick by Doug Britton, picking up the first down on an out route, and whew, be careful. He just smacked that man into the ground. That was impressive. Watch as we get a replay here. But oh man, that is
goodness.
That should be illegal.
Someone bring down a gurney. Goodness gracious. That was brutal. Doug Britton, just physicality from the receiver.
Oh, it's crazy. 1st and 10 here. As Kopech's going to hand it off, that's going to be Hoagland trying to fight his way, scratching and clawing for 3 yards.
Yeah, Nick Hoagland there with a nice little run. He's had the majority of the carries for this Charleston squad and has had a decent bit of yardage to go with it. Just wants to see a little bit more from him. But from this Charleston team, we've seen them be pass heavy for the majority of the times, the backs not having too much to do.
2nd and 7 here. Kopech's going to hand it off again, and that's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Tobin had nowhere to go. Tobin with the tackle there. But yeah, the running back had nowhere to go there, DJ.
Yeah, nowhere at all. That's just a great display of Florida filling the gaps that are needed to fill. Had plenty of people in the box, filled every gap needed, and made the nice stop.
Kopech going to fire across. He's got Doug Britton again, almost getting to it, but that Florida defense has kept him just shy of the first down marker, and it looks like we might have to see a Charleston punt or a field goal here.
Yeah, that was real close. Just really, really close, like you said, Mike. I think if Kopech, I mean, that's a tough throw there. Kopech leading the receiver, kind of away from the zone he was in to make the completion, but in doing so, forces the one-handed catch from the receiver, which kind of made him not gain that positive yardage, not really getting much room to run after making the one-handed catch, having to secure the ball. But getting 3 points is still points nonetheless. Cameron Duty getting it through the uprights.
Yeah, Cameron Duty definitely loving his new teammates over here at Charleston. And as we get ready for the kick return, and Florida's going to take it up. It's Art Vandelay getting up to about the 32-yard line where Ron Cochran will take back over under center. And this has been an offensive showdown. So if you like offense, this is it's been your game.
Yeah, it absolutely has. Showing a graphic for Giffus there, but clearly Art Vandelay on the return, getting past the 30. And if we keep seeing as many hard hits as we have, start to get some blood on these white Charleston jerseys, I'm going to be really confused with all this red on red.
Yeah. Somebody had to say it. All right, 1st and 10, Ron Cochran under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left. He's got 1 back in the backfield, 2 tight ends, it looks like, on the right. Cochran's going to drop back. It's going to be a little screen blown up by the Charleston defense. Tried to get it out to Bullet Piletsky, but Charleston defense was all over it.
Man, Brandon Ewing is really putting on a performance tonight. Shout out to him with the 2 big pass deflections and has done great in this short passing defense. Just reads that flat like a book and makes the tackle.
2nd down, Cochran's going to drop back, fire across the middle. He's got Art Vandelay over a defender. And how about this? If you like dimes, tonight is your night, because that was a dime there from Cochran to Art Vandelay.
It really was. Here we're going to get a better look at it over the middle. Oh my goodness. John Stamango almost with the greatest interception I've ever seen. So close, just past his fingertips. And now Art Vandelay, 2 receptions and almost at the century mark, Mike.
Unbelievable. You talk about big playability. 1st and 10 here. Cochran's gonna hand it off here to Piletsky, and he's gonna pick up about a gain of 4, keeping the chains alive. And I think this is really important, right? You balance the run and the pass. They've got to work off of each other, and so far Florida's doing a great job with that. So he's set up for 2nd and 6 here. Cochran, I formation behind him. He's got 2 tight ends to his right. That's going to be actually wide receiver Art Vandelay coming off the line into motion from the right to the left. Cochran's going to drop back, look to pass the ball, and that's going to be broken up by number 54 of the defense. That's Jamal Ballard on that, and really good. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and introduce this defense. I know better late than never for Charleston, but we've got on defensive ends, we've got Forrest Dalton and Dan Dash. Defensive tackles, Frank Doom, Anthony Ellison, and John Nevels. Outside linebackers, Jamal Ballard, Khalil Thomas, Ben Bowman. After this play, Cochran's going to fake the handoff. He's going to fire downfield. That's going to be picked off by Charleston. What a play by number 29. That's Leo Morris with the interception.
Wow, Leo Morris just reading the quarterback's eyes to perfection, jumping right in front. Wasn't even his zone. Read the quarterback's eyes so well, jumping in front of that pass. Mike, we didn't get a chance to announce him, but he did it himself right there.
That's what I was about to say. We will get back to the rest of the defense of Charleston. That's a 1st and 10. Kopech excited to get the ball back for this Charleston Predators offense. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left. He's got 1 running back in the backfield, and Kopech's going to drop back. He's got a little bit of time, got some good blocking, fires across the middle. Weapon X, Xavier Solomon, gets the 1st down, and just like, man, it seems like you can't stop him on defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pass after pass, and it's working so well. Another one to Xavier Solomon. Someone might have to check the realtor's office after this one, because he might buy a plot of land in the middle of this Florida field and just make a home there, because he has been there all night.
1st and 10 here. Kopech's going to hand it off. It's going to be blown up. They're going to say he gets 2, though. And again, I believe that was number 53, Ryan Tobin. Again, Ryan Tobin's been so good tonight. You see it right there. Amon Kopech, last 10 pass attempts, 9 for 10. 139 yards and a touchdown, 0 picks. Unbelievable so far by Kopech. Unbelievable. 2nd and 8 here. Kopech's going to take the snap, fire across the middle, nearly throwing an interception. Daniel Wright had his eyes on that one.
Oh, Daniel Wright is going to be kicking himself going back to the huddle after that one against such a dominating passing performance like we're seeing tonight. Kopech has been almost perfect. When you have those chances to take the ball away, you have to take it.
Kopech going to drop back. He's got a bunch to his right. Fire across the middle and outstretching. Makes the catch. That's number 81, Michael Knight, the wide receiver, getting involved. And, man, it seems like soon they're going to have the ball boys catching passes out here for Charleston. They're spreading the ball around like nobody's business.
Absolutely, Mike. They're doing such a good job of spreading the ball out. Like you said, Michael Knight, who hasn't got too many receptions on the year, makes a huge one there with the one-handed catch, and there you see it. Only 3 incompletions.
Trips left. Look here for Iman Kopech as he gets ready to snap the ball. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Hoagland truck sticking somebody and picking up 4 yards. And, man, this is offense, and a little bit of splash of explosive plays on defense. But, yeah, this is unbelievable as we get a look at the team stats here.
Yeah, I mean, total yards, neck and neck right now. Only difference mainly just the split of the passing and running so far.
2nd and 6 here, I formation behind Kopech. He's going to hand it off, and that is going to be nearly a first down for number 36, and that is Ian Francis with the carry. 3rd and inches here for Charleston.
When you have such a nice passing attack, it just opens up the run game clearly like we're seeing now, and they're taking advantage of it.
Kopech under center. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and unbelievable job. That's number 82, Leon Sandcastle, getting involved a little bit here as the fullback, and that's going to bring us to our 2-minute warning. Welcome back to the SFL Saturday Night Showdown. I'm Mike O'Neill, DJ Kilgannon alongside me as, don't look now, but Charleston Predators are in the red zone. 1st and 10. Kopech's going to drop back, fire across the middle, and nearly trying to get it to Xavier Solomon. Just overthrew him, DJ.
Yeah, just so close, barely just over his head. And now, yeah, I was just about to make a point of this. Jacob Clear pointing it out as well in the chat. Everyone on this offense has touched the ball. I mean, Leon Sandcastle was the only receiver to not have a catch, and he just had a huge run to get the first down.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 here, and that's going to be thrown across the middle from Kopech, and that's Doug Britton, who's had a really good game so far, picking up the catch. And 3rd and 7 here.
Now, this is what Mr. Vandelay talked to me about before the game, getting this Charleston front in these 3rd and long scenarios so they can pressure this young quarterback. But right now, it hasn't worked. Let's see if it does.
Kopech drops back, fires, and nearly caught. He was looking for number 81, Michael Knight, but the coverage was too tight for Florida.
It was. I mean, I don't hate the attempt. 7 yards to go. Might as well go for the end zone. Gonna leave him with a field goal. Adam Jones, just tremendous coverage right there. Able to completely lock down Michael Knight.
Cameron Duty getting ready for the 29-yard attempt, and this would make it a 1-point game. As the kick's up and right through the middle. Just like that. Just like that, it's a 1-point ball game, DJ, and Florida's getting the ball back, and you got a couple minutes before we are actually less than 2 minutes. What do you think? Do you think Florida tries to go down and put up some more points before the half?
You know, with the way we've been describing this Florida offense all night, there's 2 main words we've been using, and that is big play. I absolutely think Florida is going to go for the big play. Just don't want to go too overzealous with it. Don't want to risk a turnover being on your own 32 so close to your end zone. You've already seen a turnover tonight. Don't want to give Charleston a shot at being too close to your end zone, but I absolutely do think they're going to try one. All
right, so as we get ready for a two-minute offense here for Florida, let's finish introducing that Charleston defense. Is the corners Jacob Clear, Miranda Dumas, Brandon Ewing, and Leo Morris. Free safeties Matt Ryan and Sam Blotner, and strong safety John Stamengo. There, we did it. First and 10 here. First and 10 here as Cochran gets ready to snap the ball. He's got a receiver going from motion from right to left. He's got 3 to his left now. Cochran's going to drop back, look to fire. He's got to get it away quick, and he does not get it to a receiver. Broken up. Number 21 in there on the defensive stop, and that was Jacob Clear.
And a lot of times, Mike, you'll see these motions in the offense to try and signify whether or not the defense is running man. That play, you saw the corner follow the motion man across the majority of the field, usually noting to Ron Cochran, that there is man coverage there. You're seeing it again on the screen, and just still the Predator defense locking it up.
Cochran's going to hand it off of the middle, trying to get a little bit of a surprise in, and just Charleston's defense was ready for it. That was number 28 coming in. John Stamengo has been a really great player for this Charleston squad for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely has. Great in the pass defense and great at plugging in holes when he needs to. Does a great job of reading when the other teams are running and just able to get downfield and make plays.
Bunch set to his right. Cochran's going to snap. He's going to drop back. He's got to get it away quick. He throws downfield. That is going to be caught. And Florida's going to take a timeout as they move onto Charleston's side of the field. And whew, I'll tell you what, I didn't get a chance to see who the receiver was, but that is a great, great play for Florida as Ron Cochran gets back to the line here.
I believe that was Stephen Bush with the great catching coverage, if I'm not mistaken.
Got 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Cochran's going to fire it out to the flats. He's got Bullet Bileski, who stiff arms a man, gets up 6 yards. Florida's going to use their second timeout here.
Really, really like that play call from Florida. You kind of saw on the right side of that field, there was definitely some blitzing linebackers, or at least a blitz, stunt on that other side of the field, kind of keying into Ron Cochran in this offense that maybe there was some room on the other field, and clearly there was.
Here as Ron Cochran takes the snap, fires downfield, and he's got his receiver. That is Bullet Bileski stretched out as a wide receiver, making a big play catch. Florida's going to use their last timeout.
Wow. Bullet. I mean, everybody likes to talk how lethal Art Vandelay is in the rushing game, and just as lethal as he is, Bullet Bileski is that much lethal in the receiving game. He is fantastic. 13 receptions this year before this game.
Cochran's going to fire downfield. He's got Ron Haynes in the end zone. That is a touchdown. The Florida special putting up points right before the half.
Wow, there it is. The big plays from the Florida Storm. Ron Haynes, able to catch that one right over his man. Goodness gracious, over the back of the defender, gets speared, able to hold on to the ball, and lands right safely in the end zone.
Well, just like that, we said it before, you said it, partner, big play ability. We've been talking about it. Both of these offenses have it. It's something you either have or you don't. Both of these do. And just like that, Florida strikes, and now you got to wonder, I mean, Charleston's got all 3 timeouts. You got 29 seconds. You've been throwing the ball downfield all day. I mean, this could be something to look for. I mean, what are you thinking?
I mean, let's see this return. They've been great in the return game with Doug Britton back there. If they get a big return, it really wouldn't surprise me to go back to. Oh my goodness! Oh man, Doug Britton. He is just causing pain out there.
Doug Britton with a great return. As we're going to get another look at this, and you can just watch the smash mouth that is Doug Britton just delivering a shoulder to the body of a Florida defender. And I mean, how about the wits too, to try and run out of bounds too, just trying to. Yeah. He's got the instinct to try and stop the clock. I mean, they're ready for this 2-minute offense here.
They are. I don't know about you, Mike. We're up in the booth, and that hurt me.
Yeah. Kopech is getting ready to snap the ball. 1st and 10. There's 23 seconds left in the half. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. He's got a back in the backfield. Kopech's going to toss it out to the left, and that's going to be Hoagland. Gets blown up for 2, and you got to think maybe they're just trying to play it safe, right? They want to take this to the half. they know they got the ball after the half. They're getting the ball first. So at the end of the day, maybe just best to run this clock down and take it into the half.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. Another pitch play just to run the clock out. And just another steady little run, going to take them into the half, regroup, and hopefully keep this offense going like you have.
That is going to bring us to halftime. We got a great one here in Fort Lauderdale. DJ, break it down what you're seeing.
Man, it's just an offensive fight. It really is. From the Kopech passing to all of his receivers all over the field. From the balanced offensive attack from the Florida Storm. Mixing in great runs, huge passes from Ron Cochran, Ron Haynes, Art Vandelay, Caleb Giffis, putting in the work tonight. It is a barn burner right now. And I don't know about you, Mike. It is looking great, despite what a lot of people I'm sure were thinking with the records coming into this game, but Charleston's putting on a show.
And as we get ready for the halftime player, Bullet Bolesky, 5 attempts, 30 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I got to say, he's definitely been explosive. There's been a lot of explosive players, though.
Yeah, absolutely has.
Start the second half here. We're going to take a quick break, sponsored by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, footballs, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. Welcome back, everybody, as we start the second half, as Charleston gets to come out under center here, and they took things into the half, DJ, but got to think they're trying to get right back to that explosive ability.
Oh, for sure. Getting the ball coming out of the half, I expect much of the same from the first half, and I guess we're going to see right here.
1st and 10, Kopech under center, I formation, 3 wide receivers. He's going to drop back, move out to his right. He's going to look downfield, and we're going to get a pass interference flag as there's a little bit of contact.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I believe that was Ryan Davidson. Yeah, it was. Davidson
DJ,
having such a good season.
I think a little bit of contact's fine, but I just don't think you can tackle them, DJ.
Yeah, that's pretty ill-advised, I'd imagine. Just a thought. But clearly they're coming out of the half. Just some built-up aggression, and you come out of the half, you want to make a play, that adrenaline is pumping. I understand it, I really do.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. We got the same look here. I formation. 3 wide receivers out, 2 to Kopech's left and 1 to his right. So it looks like Florida might be showing blitz, and Kopech's going to drop back, sit in the pocket. He's firing downfield. He's got a man over the shoulder, finding it to Doug Spelling down the middle of the field.
Wow. Just such a precise pass. Shout out to the offensive line of Charleston. Gave Kopech so much time, and oh my goodness, right over the head of Andrew Francis, perfectly into the hands of that receiver. And I would say through a sea of red, but obviously it was both these teams. But goodness.
1st and 10 here. Kopech's going to drop back. He's got to get rid of it quick. Nearly intercepted by Florida, as we are going to send it over to Cameron Irvine back at the SFL HQ for a game break.
Thank you, Mike. We got at least one other offense that's on fire tonight. Albuquerque scored on 3 of their first 4 drives. Cyrus Jive, Decay Marion, 21 Zippo. The undefeated Adams still rolling. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. 2nd and 10 here. Welcome you back to Fort Lauderdale. As Kopech's going to take the snap. He's going to get it out really quick and fires downfield as he gets Doug Britton into the end zone over 2 defenders. And Doug Britton says, how about that, Art Vandelay?
Goodness gracious. Yeah, maybe we got to switch that over. I'm in Kopech having all the time in the world. Could have built a fence in the downtime of that pass. Doug Britton just making the beautiful catch and fighting and fighting and fighting for more yards. The Predators are preying on the soft coverage of the Florida Storm right there on that drive.
And this is unbelievable. They're going to fake the field goal, and he's going to try and get it in, and they do not.
Oh, my goodness.
What a play from Charleston. They're bringing all the tricks out of the bag.
Yeah, that shocked me. I looked back up, Mike, and they're talking about fakes. That caught me completely off guard. Unfortunately, didn't work, but what a gutsy play call. I love to see that.
I'll tell you what, Cameron Duty comes to Charleston, and he's got the swag bag on, right? He's got a nice suit, and he's trying to get a little flashy with things out here.
Hey, I love it, especially from a rookie kicker, I do believe, in Cameron Duty, trying to make some splashes in the league.
Whew, I got to settle our nerves down as we get back to business here. 1st and 10 here for Florida, and I'll tell you what, this crowd, DJ, is they're probably going to have a little bit of PTSD after this game. 1st and 10 here is Cochran under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right. He's got 1 back in the backfield. Charleston's showing some pressure, and he's going to hand it off to Art Vandelay, who breaks the tackle, picking up 9 yards, and the big playability from both of these offenses continues to show.
Yeah, I mean, just again, showing the big playability of Art Vandelay, like you said. And even the receivers getting out there, making some big blocks, giving Vandelay plenty of room to run there. Now down on the line, I mean, he's all over the field.
You see the carries there for Vandelay, 6 carries. 2nd one here. Cochran's going to hand it off. He's got Comisac, who's knocking a man down and picking up a 1st down, and spreading the ball around. This Florida team is just as well as Charleston is.
Yeah, they absolutely are coming out, running it out of the gate. I really like it. The Charleston Predators there shifted all of their defensive line to the weak side of that formation there and brought a stunt down and just didn't work at all.
Cochran going to pitch it out to Art Vandelay to the left side, who hits the sideline. He's so fast, gets down, and nobody can catch him. He picks up the 1st down. It's about a gain of 12.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, you stole the words right out of my mouth. The first words I was going to say is he is just so quick and explosive when he has the ball in his hands, able to take that pitch and completely blow by the 2 early defenders that got there and turned that what could have been a negative run into a 1st down.
1st and 10 here. I formation, 3 wide receivers. Cochran rolls out to his left, throws across his body, and that's going to be blown up, trying to get it out to Bullet Boletsky, but number 28, John Stamango, making him pay with a loss of 1.
Yeah, that's just great man defense from Charleston. Ron Cochran rolling out, seeing the open man across the field, but if you're manned up, you're going to have a man there to make the play, and clearly we saw it right there.
Cochran gets ready to, he snaps the ball, fires downfield, and tried to hit Comisac down on a seam route and just couldn't connect there.
Yeah, it would have been his first reception on the year, especially that deep down the field. And I mean, they really like to get everyone involved on the offense. I mean, just as much as Charleston does, clearly, and I'm really liking it so far. Just if you would have held on to that one, it would have been a huge game.
Cochran snaps the ball. He's got a bunch look to his right. He fires it out to the right sideline where he's got Art Vandelay, who goes upfield, breaks the tackle, and they're going to call it 4th and inches. I got to say, I think he was about a couple yards shy of that 1st down.
It definitely looked like it. Maybe somehow the ball slipped forward a little bit, but I agree with you there, Mike. Really didn't look like 4th and inches to me. And it's just so surprising that passing it to Art Vandelay from that far behind the line to gain still gets that many positive yards.
And off the upright, Ethan Sneed tried to go for a 50-yard field goal, and off the post of the left upright that's a tough one to swallow for Florida.
Yeah, Ethan Sneed, if I'm not mistaken, that is his first missed field goal of the year so far. Was 5 for 5. 5 for 6 now with that miss. Wow, that is not a very common sight.
1st and 10 here is Kopech, and the Charleston Predators is going to take over here. from the 40. He's got a man in motion going from the right to the left. He's got two receivers split out, one on each side, as Kopech is going to hand it off. He's going to hand it off to Hoagland, who breaks a tackle, only picks up one, though. The pursuit of the Florida defense was all over it.
Yeah, they were. The offensive line did a great job of giving the runner plenty of time to get to the outside. Just once he got there, wasn't any room at all. Just had the sole receiver blocking out there for him, but there was 3 or 4 Florida Storm defenders there to make the play.
2nd and 9 here. Kopech's got 2 tight ends to his right. He's going to pitch it out. That's going to be Francis going downfield and finally stiffs arm a man into the outside, and that is a really, really good play from Charleston.
Yeah, great run there, but you can kind of see it there. Doug Spelling, with the terrific block. I mean, we saw it on that last play. Nick Hoagland didn't get much yards at all because of the failed blocking from that receiving core to the other side. They go back to it on the other side, and Doug Spelling lays an amazing block, giving Ian Francis so much room to run.
1st and 10 here is Kopech. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right, 2 tight ends to his left. He's going to drop back, and he's got a man. That is going to be 82. We talked about it. Guess who's got a catch now? Leon Sandcastle's in the books.
There it is. I know Jacob Clear smiling on the sideline after that one, and there it is, rounding out the offense with that Leon Sandcastle reception, his first on the year. Congratulations to Mr. Sandcastle, and a huge reception that it was.
Big play there for Charleston as they set up 1st and 10. Same formation, just flipped. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Kopech's going to drop back, fire across the middle. He's got Xavier Solomon picking up 8 across the middle, and this Charleston Predators team loves their tight ends.
They really do, and I got to ask you, Mike, what the best way to defend a Sandcastle is? I'll give you the answer because it's a tough one. It is with a Weapon X. This tight end room is lethal for Charleston.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. As Kopech's going to hand it off, get it up, and that's going to be 3rd and 1 situation as the running back couldn't quite get it there, and this is going to be a 3rd and short. We haven't seen too many of these given the big plays we've seen tonight, DJ, but interesting to see what Charleston does here as Kopech goes under center. He's got Jack's formation, his I formation behind him. He's got 3 tight ends on the line. A lot of the big boys up front as he's going to hand it off up the middle, going to the right side, and that's going to be blown up. Guess who? Ryan Tobin puts another one in the books for a tackle for loss.
Oh, that's just tough right there. You hate to not see the first down get gained. There was so much room to run to that right side, but you just go with the run up the middle, and let's see if Cameron Duty can knock it in to get the lead.
Cameron Duty here, 32-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it's good.
Oh, wow.
1 point lead. Charleston takes a 1 point lead here in the 3rd quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks, because this one, you're in the thick of it.
Absolutely are. And everybody in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now, just a couple states north, is hearing cheers from everybody in South Carolina right now as Charleston takes the lead. Now they just have to hold on to it, right? You got to stop this offense from Florida.
Short kick here as Art Vandelays, or actually that's number 18 taking it down the sideline, and he's going to go all the way down to the 38 of the Charleston Predators, and wow, what a big play by Caleb Giffis on the return. Short kick, and he makes him pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely did. Cameron Duty with the short kick there. Caleb Giffis had so much room to run, but thankfully for the special teams unit of Charleston, Cameron Duty made it his duty to not let him score. Chasing him down, you can see him there, able to catch him with the tackle. You love to see plays like that. But with that play, clearly just giving Florida so much positive field position here. You've got to try and make a play. And you can see big play Art Vandelay in the backfield there.
Absolutely. Vandelay in the backfield. Cochran under center, gets ready to snap. He's got 2 wide receivers to the right as he's going to toss it out to Vandelay, who makes a man miss. He pushes a man down to the ground. He picks up 4 here, setting up a 2nd and 6. I got to ask you, DJ, how many likes do we have right now in this video? It's not enough. It is not enough. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, make sure you got notification on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Cochran fires downfield, and that's going to be broken up by Ryan, who's had a really good game tonight and setting up a 3rd and 6 here for Florida.
Yeah, Matt Ryan, another big play. Had the tackle previously on that pitch out to Art Vandelay. Now hitting the ball out is that one there. Excuse me. Now Charleston got to make the big stop here.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6, empty set as Cochran fires downfield. It's off the hands of his receiver. That is going to be a 3rd down stop for the Charleston Predators. And just like that, when they needed it, they come up with it.
They did, and wow. You know, with such positive field position, and they have to punt. That has to be so painful if you're Florida. Caleb Giffis with such a phenomenal return, and you have to punt the ball away so close to the end zone.
Oh, and it's bobbled, and Florida gets it back. The punt was muffed, and Florida gets it back. It looked like, holy cow, I'm catching up on who. That was just a cluster of things that happened, but nonetheless, Florida gets the ball back, and it is 1st and 10, Storm football from the 24-yard line. Ron Haynes with the fumble recovery. Holy cow, 1st and 10 here. Cochran's going to pitch it out to his left. He's got Art Vandelay, who makes a spin move, picking up 3 yards before Charleston brings it down.
Wow, sorry, I'm just sort of shell-shocked there. I mean, my goodness, made the fair catch call. I see no reason to jump up and try and make that catch after the fair catch.
2nd and 7 here. Cochran's got one receiver to his left. He's going to hand it off to Komisak, who goes up the middle, gets it up to about a 3rd and 2 situation, and that was a great tackle by number 99 of the defense. I believe that was, I don't see him on here, but number 99, regardless, a great tackle for Charleston as it sets up a 3rd and 2. Cochran's under center. He's got one wide receiver out to the right. I formation behind him, 2 tight ends to the left. They're going to go handoff. Again, he's going to hand it off to Bullet Boletsky, who picks up the 1st down and gets a new, fresh set of downs for this Florida Storm offense.
Man, just you got to think about how heart-wrenching it is if you're this Charleston defense. You make such a good stop in such positive field position. Then the special team unit comes out and coughs up the punt, and you're right back out there.
Cochran's going to toss it out to the left, and that's going to be Vandelay, who makes a juke move, picks up 4 yards, and setting up a 2nd and 6 for Florida here.
Yeah, if you're Charleston, you got to hope that you can make a stop. Even closer than they were now is Florida. Look, I mean, they're clearly going on a run-heavy approach, and they're loading the box to prepare for it.
2nd and 6 here. I formation behind him. He's got one wide receiver to his right. Cochran drops back, has to get rid of it. He's got an open man in the end zone. That is Stephen Bush with the touchdown for the Florida Storm.
Wow. I mean, just brought a little bit too much pressure there. Had an 8-man box. Brought a few of them, let the rest out on an island for coverage, and just the defender there just a little lost. I mean, just a tremendous hitch route there, leaving him in completely open space, able to make the easy catch.
So the bobbled punt, the fair catch muff punt, turns into 7 for the Florida Storm. And just like that, Charleston was thinking they were getting the ball back. They were 1 point ahead, right? They just got a big stop. Now Florida gets the ball back, puts up 7, and now suddenly, just like that, Charleston's down again. So you got to think if this offense is going to be deflated.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. But really, if you think about it, and I know it's going to be hard for them to think about it this way, this offense has been nothing but stellar, despite the lapse in plays that just transcended before your try. I mean, yeah, goodness gracious. Almost a 400, both of them. Goodness.
1st and 10 here. Zaman Kopech, understanding he's got 2 wide receivers to his left, one back in the backfield. Kopech's going to drop. Florida's bringing some heat, and he's got a wide open Xavier Solomon breaking a tackle down the sideline, nearly breaking 2, and gets it all the way down to the 30 or to the 42. And wow, unbelievable play by Xavier Solomon.
Man, he was just in completely open space. Kopech not letting the pressure get to him, finding the easy man underneath, having so much room to run. Doug Britton out in front of Weapon X there, laying out some blocks, and now Xavier Solomon, 111 on the day.
1st and 10 here. I spread look for Charleston, and he's got some heat coming, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Wow, that is crazy. Iman Kopech going down. Florida's got a sack.
Wow, I mean, after such a perfect night when it comes to the blocking, it seemed like Kopech's jersey was dang near spotless, Mike. Finally, Juan, Mississippi getting in the backfield, dragging him down after so long of him being upright, giving it 2nd and long now for Charleston.
2nd and long situation. Charleston has not been in these situations much tonight. They've stayed ahead of the chains, but 2nd and long. You talked to Art Vandelay. He said they wanted to force this on Charleston Predators, and let's see how they handle it tonight. Kopech's going to drop back. He's got a couple wide receivers out. He's going to fire downfield, and he's got a receiver for the 1st down. Guess who? Doug Britton, who had the big touchdown earlier.
Wow, I mean, we've said it 100 times now, and we won't be able to say it enough, Mike. The offensive showing from Charleston is just a complete 180. Yes, they have passed more than any other team, basically, had more completions coming into this week than anyone, had more yards than anyone. But right now, that offense that they have been pushing so heavily to produce is now showing that they are elite.
Get your 4s up in the chat, everybody, as we have reached the 4th quarter in Fort Lauderdale, and it is a good one. You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on Virtual Football Network, the official network of SFLM, SFL, UFL, and so much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives. And man, have we got a good one here. 1st and 10 here for Iman Kopech after the big Doug Britton 1st down. He's got 3 receivers to his left, a back in the backfield. Kopech's going to drop back, sit in the pocket. He's got a receiver, but the defense makes a play on. We're going to send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break.
Thank you, Mike. Well. Queen City coming back in this one. Michael Brown hits Ryan Davis in the end zone, 21-10. Albuquerque's led up 10 straight late in the 3rd quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Kopech's going to roll out to his left here, and that's going to be caught for a 1st down. How about the moves by Xavier Solomon tonight?
Yeah, able to slip through, make the tough catch in traffic. Yeah, speaking of nice moves, Kopech rolling out there, being all the way to the outside of the line, just having all the time in the world to make a beautiful throw past all the Florida defenders.
I've got to tell you, these quarterbacks tonight are making passing look easy in this league, which we've not seen this season. 1st and 10 here. Kopech's going to drop back. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. He's going to fire downfield, and he puts it in the bucket. That is a great catch there by Doug Britton again, 1st down, and it seems like these quarterbacks can do no wrong tonight.
Absolutely not. And just shout out to Iman Kopech, 3 seasons in the league, to Ron Cochran, 16. And when I say this, this is no shot to Ron Cochran in any sense. But if you tossed up, based off this performance tonight, which one of them is a Hall of Fame quarterback, it could go either way right now. Iman Kopech is looking phenomenal.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 here. Kopech's got 3 receivers to his right. He's going to go downfield, and that's nearly a touchdown. Xavier Solomon was blanketed by the defender, and that he's not going to come up with that one. Charleston's going to have to face a 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah, one of a very, very few drops from him tonight. Great coverage, but we've seen him come down with those all night. Unfortunately for Charleston, not able to there.
2nd and 10. Kopech's got 2 receivers. He's going to have to move out of the pocket. He cannot. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Number 50 for the defense. Jesus Smith, the outside linebacker, gets one.
Yeah, and I mean, against such a powerful defense like Florida, it is very hard to stay perfect all night. And we're clearly seeing that the offensive line looked stellar all night. Now starting to let a few slip through. 2 sacks on this drive. Got to try and clamp up now.
3rd and 14 here. Kopech's going to have to get rid of it soon, and he does. Fires downfield. He has an open open man, but cannot catch it. Doug Britton was covered, blanketed, and that's exactly the kind of situation Art Vandelay said they wanted to get Charleston in tonight. Doug Britton had the touchdown and just dropped it.
Yeah, it was so close, and you did point it out there, Mike. Vandelay said he wanted to put them in these 3rd and longs and blitz Kopech, try and pressure him in ill-advised throws, and there was one we just saw.
Cameron Duty's going for the kick here, and that's going to be good, making it a 3-point game here. You got your drive summary right there, 10 plays, 57 yards. You got to think Charleston wanted a little bit more than 3, though, DJ.
Oh, for sure. Now, if you're Charleston, you're going to have to make another big stop against this Florida squad and get the ball back. And once you get it back, that's it. No mistakes. You have to play like you have all night. Cut out the mistakes and play solid football. But we can only get to that point if they make another stop.
Absolutely, as Florida gets ready to return, and we saw the big return. Let's see if we can see the big return again here as Art Vandelay breaks a tackle, gets it up to the 31, and he's one you got to watch for, DJ. I'm sure all Charleston fans are watching number 80 right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they are. He's stellar. I mean, in every aspect of the game, don't get me wrong, but in kick returning especially, right now, as I'm sure to no one's surprise, he is easily having an all-star season when it comes to that kick return game, already with a kick return touchdown on the season.
1st and 10 here on the 31 as Cochran gets ready to snap the ball here. He's got I formation behind him, one receiver to the right. He tosses it out to the left, and that's going to be, I believe it's Comisac who gets 3 yards on that.
Yeah, I believe it was Jamal Ballard and Sam Blotner dropping down from their spots. The linebacker in safety position able to come up and help on that run stop to tackle him after just a short gain.
Charleston bringing up two defenders here, showing blitz as Cochran's got 4 wide receivers out wide, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to throw it. Ooh. Quick throw. He gets it to his receiver. That's Ron Haynes, who had the touchdown earlier, and setting up a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, Miss Miranda Dumas there with the nice hit. There was 2 defensive backs that dropped down and were kind of stunting with a blitz there, and she was one of them, but dropped back into coverage and made the tackle after just a short reception.
3rd and 4 here, I formation. Cochran's got a receiver going in motion from left to right. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Cochran's going to drop back. He's got to get rid of it quick. Throws on the run. He's got a receiver downfield. That is number 11, Stephen Bush, with the big reception and 1st down.
Wow. I mean, you want to talk about a play, that is an all-star caliber play. I mean, from who else? Ron Cochran has just been so good for so long. 7 all-star appearances to his name, rolling to the other side of the field and just turning around and lasering it back, throwing it over the defender. That was just spectacular.
1st and 10 here. I spread formation as Cochran's going to hand it off to Art Vandelay to the left. He's got a loss of 1 as the Charleston Predators defense swarmed to that one.
Man, Art Vandelay has got just a heavy load of this rushing attack here tonight. Brought down for a loss there. You hate to see that now. In 5 wide, it looks like.
Empty set here as Cochran's going to drop back, flush out to his right. He throws across a quick drag route, and he's got Stephen Bush on the pickup, but it's still going to be a 3rd and 9.
I mean, I got to point out for this Charleston defense just how impressive they are when it comes to, even when they allow receptions. We saw right there just a 2-yard reception, but Jacob Clear was breathing down the neck of that defender the entire play to the point where he had to dive just to make the catch.
Cochran's got to roll out to his left, 3rd and 9. He's got an open Art Vandelay. Goes back to back. I mean, unbelievable job by Vandelay there, finding some open space in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, Charleston getting so close every time, getting it to 3rd and manageable for Florida, but just getting the 1st down, and that's all you have to keep doing if you're Florida is move the chains. If you can get 7, it's going to be another 2-point possession for them.
1st and 10, he's going to hand off to Art Vandelay, going to the left side, stretching out, picking up 5, and setting up a 2nd and 5 here And boy, they love to use Art Vandelay in different ways and forms, and it's paying dividends for him right now. So we set up for 2nd and 5. Cochran heads under center here as he's got an I formation behind him. He's got 2 tight ends out to the left. He's got 1 wide receiver out to the right. He's going to hand it off up the middle again, and that's going to be a first down pickup for Comisac, the fullback, getting involved.
Yeah, spreading out the rock now, giving it to an actual runner this time. Comisac gaining the first down for the Florida Storm, and now they're gaining, inching and inching and inching closer to this end zone.
Heavy set here for Cochran. It's going to be blown up as he hands the ball off to Bullet Boletsky. Boletsky gets a chance at it, and that's going to be blown up by number 54 here, the defense. That's Jamal Ballard.
Yeah, it is. Getting his, if I'm not mistaken, his 3rd tackle for loss on the season. Been really good, the young linebacker in run coverage here all season, and in this game especially.
2nd 11 here as Ron Cochran's going to motion Ron Haynes from the right to the left. He's got 2 receivers, 1 out left, 1 out right. A back in the backfield as he snaps the ball. He's going to roll out to his right side. Good block pickup. Fires downfield, and he's got Art Vandelay in the end zone. And just like that, Florida goes up 2 scores.
Wow, just textbook from Ron Cochran and this offense rolling out, just finding Art Vandelay exactly when they need him in this big play scenario. Unable to make a play on the ball and unable to tackle him, letting him get in for the end zone.
Absolutely great play there, and now you're looking at Charleston getting the ball back, and you gotta think, DJ, I don't think there's any panic on the sideline from this Charleston team. They know what they can do on offense. I mean, you're talking about a quarterback in Kopech who's got almost nearly 400 yards passing today. They know how to spread the rock. We've seen them score quick. I mean, are you panicking if you're Charleston?
Well, it's looking a little tight, but if you're I think you're right, Mike. I think they have the big playability. It's been a talking point all night for both teams, and they have what it takes with how lethal this passing attack is tonight. I'm in Kopech, Jacob Clear, the coach for them, and all these guys out there that are catching the ball tonight. I think they have full confidence that they can go down the field and maybe get an onside kick or make a big stop on defense and get the ball back in their favor.
Absolutely, as we get ready to see Kopech under center, and you got to think that all eyes are on number 88 and 84. Both of those players have been lights out here for Charleston as Kopech goes under center here. 1st and 10, he's got 1 wide receiver out to his right, 1 out to his left. He's got a receiver going in motion from right to left, or tight end. He's got a back in the backfield as Kopech snaps. He's going to sit. He's got to get rid of it. He dodges 2 sacks and barely gets it to a receiver. He was looking for Doug Spelling, but wow, how about the ability of Kopech to avoid both of those sacks?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I think that answers your question right there. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's been phenomenal all night. But that play right there, even with an incompletion, just put it to another level. Breaking 2 sacks. Wow, that's insane.
Xavier Solomon goes in motion from the right to left. Kopech's going to drop back, take the snap. He's got a man, but he overthrows it. Nearly has a receiver wide open. There was nothing but field in front of him, and Kopech just had some heat coming and just overthrew it. Wow.
That happens. I mean, maybe just a little bit too excited. You see him that wide open, just want to get the ball to him a little bit further, just leading him a little too much. That would have been a touchdown, no doubt.
3rd and 10, Kopech's got a bunch set. He tries to get it to a receiver, but cannot. And here's the question. You got it. Less than 4 minutes. You got to try and go for it here. It's a 2-score game. This is really finicky. They're going to keep the offense out here. Kopech has been so good all night. You can hear the crowd chanting defense here in Fort Lauderdale as they've got a bunch set out to the left. Kopech gets ready to snap it. He's going to drop back. He's got good protection. Files across. Hits Doug Britton, but it's short of the first down. And holy cow. Big play by the defense of Florida in the hometown.
Yeah, just Charleston going to one of those reliable guys. Been there all night. If my memory serves me right, only dropping one of his intended targets tonight. And that reception there does bring him over the century mark. It's just too little on 4th and 10, and that might do it. I mean, likely will do it for this game.
Well, Charleston's got to get a stop. They've got all 3 timeouts. I don't see a team like this losing hope just yet, right? 2nd and 5 here. That was Comasack for the 5 yards. You've got 3 timeouts, right? You know that your defense is capable at some point of coming up with a stop. You've still got the 2-minute warning on your side. You've had big playability. I mean, this game it's not out of reach yet.
Yeah, certainly not. There's definitely a chance.
2nd and 5 here as the clock strikes down to 3:13 and counting. Cochran's got I formation behind him. Heavy set. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's got it to Bullet Boletsky, who's going to pick up a first down, and that's not what you want to see if you're Charleston. As we're going to send it over to Cameron Irvine with a game break.
Thank you, Mike. A 14-play drive for the Corsairs ends in a G.P. Wells touchdown. They have scored 17 unanswered, and they just got an interception. Albuquerque clinging to their undefeated season, 21-17. Back to you. We'll see you over there when you're done.
Woo! Looks like we got a heater on both sides. Thank you, Cam. 1st and 10 here for Florida, and Charleston fans slowly getting deflated, but Florida's they've got to keep the chains moving if they want to hold on to this. Nearly overshot, and that's going to be blown up in the backfield as Cochran hands it off to Comasack, and that's going to be 2nd and 10. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it didn't look like it, but maybe just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage. And when you need a big stop, that is a great start. We've seen it before this game with an interception and a fumble in a big spot. Charleston can do it. Like you said, you just have to make another big play.
And that's going to hit the 2-minute warning. Welcome back, folks, to Fort Lauderdale as we are on the tail end of this really, really great game here as Florida's got possession here. 2nd and 10 here for Cochran. He's got an I formation behind him. He's going to hand it off, and Charleston's all over it that time. 3rd and 10 here for the Florida Storm as Charleston's got to burn timeout.
Oh, I mean, not much there. And if my memory serves me right, and I think it does, Comasack is the one who coughed up that fumble previously, right at the beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Just hoping. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just hoping. You just got to keep the ball in your hands if you're Florida and just keep chewing the clock.
High formation for Cochran, 3rd and 10 here. They're trying to run the clock out, and Charleston's trying to get the ball back. Cochran gets ready to snap. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to pitch it out to the left. That's Comasack, who's got some space, makes a man miss, drags a defender up, and they're going to say it's 4th and inches as Charleston burns their 2nd timeout.
Oh, my goodness. I know the sideline of Charleston is just seething at that one, just dragging for more yards. But with that gain, not able to get the first. Mike, this game, it may be slim. It may be very slim, but there is still a slight sliver of hope for Charleston right now.
I mean, let's talk in hypotheticals here, right? If Florida kicks off, I mean, let's look at who you've got returning for Charleston, right?
Yeah.
Doug Britt. You talk about, I mean, just unbelievable player all around on offense. I mean, he's explosive. We know what he can do in the return game. If he gets a return touchdown here, what happened? I mean, this game suddenly shifts.
Not going to see one, but they have a chance. Well, I mean, we have seen 2-play drives this game already. Could that happen for Charleston, Mike, do you think?
They have the pieces. If you're telling me that a team has 1 minute and 42 seconds to score 2 touchdowns in the SFL, by the way I've seen Charleston play tonight, and if we look at their numbers, I would say there is no better team that has a more capable chance. 1st and 10 here A minute 42 left on the clock, folks. Kopech's going to drop back, fire downfield. Doug Britton's got it. They're going to use their final timeout here as they regroup here. You got to get to the sidelines. You got to start hitting out routes. You got to start trying to do everything you can to conserve as much clock as possible. You got to think if they want a shot here, they've got to score within the next 25 seconds so they can leave some time.
Absolutely.
First and 10 here.
Middle of the field alone.
Kopech's going to drop back. He's got 3 wide receivers. He fires across the middle, and he's got a receiver. Number 12 on the reception. Nick Twice is they're going to go hurry up, try and get back to the line.
Here we
And
go.
you got to get the snap off here. Kopech's going to drop back, quick fire downfield, and it's another receiver downfield, and that is Nick Twice again, but he is hurt.
Oh, I mean, horrible seeing him go down. You hate to see that. After not 1, but 2 receptions there back to back, hitting him twice in that short drive scenario, but you hate to see him get injured. But yeah, I was just about to say, stops the clock there.
I'm just saying, Charleston might have a little bit of trickery up their sleeves as Kopech comes back to the line here. First and 10, they've got Trey out to the right. 4 wide receivers, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to fire downfield. He's got an open receiver. And they're going to go hurry up. There's a minute 14, a minute 13. Folks who are not watching this, you got to be watching this right now. 3 wide receivers to the right. He's going to go play action. Kopech fires downfield, and it's broken up as they try and get it, but you can take a breather because it stops the clock.
Goodness and good. Oh, my gosh. I don't know about you, Mike. I'm about to fall out of my seat. There's barely any edge left for me to be on it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't hit the like button yet, what are you waiting for?
Second and goal here. 1:06 left in the fourth. Quads look for the Charleston Predators. The Florida Storm's fan base is getting loud in Fort Lauderdale. Kopech's got a man in motion going from the left to the right. He's got 3 wide receivers to the right. Kopech's going to drop back, fire downfield, and that's going to be broken up as he tried to get it to his receiver, Doug Britton, in the end zone, and again stopped the clock.
Just so close every time. And on these passing completions, it's not like Iman Kopech is throwing terrible balls. It's just, Florida knows what's coming.
The coverage.
Yeah, they have to stop the run. The pass. They know it's coming. They could have they couldn't blitz anyone if they wanted to. You can see it there. 6 back waiting for the pass with only 4 receivers. It's going to be tough.
Third and goal here, 1:03. Kopech's going to fake play action. They bite, and he tries to get it to a receiver, but it was broken up. Number 27, Ryan Davidson, just might have saved the game for the Florida Storm.
Definitely might have. There's still just a little bit of time. Kopech, it's just 1 pass. It's going to be hard, but if anyone can do it, it's him. Final chance for the Predators. Let's see if they can pull it off.
You hear the defense chants in the stadium here is 4th and goal. Kopech sets under center. He's got a quads look, goes play action. He's got some heat coming, and he tries to get it. He gets it to his receiver, Doug Britton, into the end zone. The Charleston Predators are 1 touchdown away from tying this up.
Mike O'Neill, the shaman. It might be happening, Mike. You might have spelled it out perfectly for us. Oh my goodness. A touchdown from Kopech in crunch time. This young man is coming into his own. I will say it now. He's going to be one to watch regardless of their record right now. They putting up a performance like this against a Florida team is so impressive. 1 yard short of 450 yards.
And this is it, folks. 56 seconds as the onside kick is bobbled, and it looks like Florida is gonna get it. Charleston was a hair away from getting the ball back, and just like that, it looks like the Florida Storm are gonna hold on to this one, and this is ball game, folks. We're going to send it over to Cameron Irvine to let you guys breathe for a second. What you got, Cam?
Well, we're not breathing here at headquarters because Queen City took the lead. Michael Brown to James Matthew Jr., 24 unanswered, and they just got an interception with 1:04 to play. Queen City can win the game with 1 first down. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. And how about the Saturday Night Showdown on the VFN network here on YouTube? And this has been one of the best games I think the SFL has ever seen. DJ, go break this down for me, brother. I gotta breathe.
I mean, yeah, Mike, I think you're right. Dare I say, I think I can say this is confidently the best game of simulation football I have ever watched. Just down to the wire. If one Charleston Predator gets their hands on the ball on that onside kick, the game is completely turned on its head. If that muffed punt earlier never happens, this game is completely turned on its head. There were small milliseconds in this game that decided it.
And that is going to break it down here. The Florida Storm come out on top, 38-32, and this has been unbelievable. DJ, take us over this one again. Tell us what happened.
I mean, what more is there to say? Just such a dominant passing attack from Charleston. And if you look at the stats, it's hard to believe that they took the loss in this one. And if I was crazy, which just a little, I would give the game ball to Iman Kopech despite the loss. But they did lose. Art Vandelay had 131 yards receiving with a touchdown and 68 yards on the ground with a touchdown to his name. Just a great outing from him. An offensive explosion, 70 points for both of these teams put together. Just a stellar game.
Absolutely stellar game. And who's your player of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just got to be Art Vandelay. But Iman Kopech is getting the honorable mention despite the loss. I don't care.
And breaking news, if you're watching this, Queen City took the win 24-21 over Albuquerque.
Oh, wow.
Well, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to SFL on VFN for the Saturday Night Showdown. Alongside me in the booth, DJ Kilgannon, for Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck, and Commissioner Irvine producing back at SFL HQ. I've been Mike O'Neill. Have a good night, everybody.